Hi, good day everyone. How's your day? Good to hear that. Before we're going to jump with our proper lesson, let me introduce to you myself. My name is ChristianJoyR Anico, graduated at the University of Southern Mindanao with a degree of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics. Before we are going to talk to our lesson today, let me remind you our class rules. Yes! Tama po ang narinig ninyo. We have our class rules. And here are our classroom rules. So first, always be kind. Second, be respectful at all times. Third, raise your hand if you want to talk. Third, listen carefully. Fourth, do your best. And fifth, enjoy our learnings. And here is our learning objectives. At the end of 45 minutes of conducting the lesson, the student will be able to first understand fundamentals of polynomials, specifically binomial. Second, multiply the correct terms of binomial using FOIL method. And the last one is apply FOIL method in real-life situation. I think every one of you is now ready to listen for our lesson. Am I right? Very good. And today, let's talk about polynomials. Sino-sino dito sa inyo ang familiar about polynomials? Wow, mabuti naman at marami pala kayo dito ang familiar na sa polynomials. So, Chris Millie, can you please define to me what polynomial is? Very good, Chris Millian. Thank you for that very wonderful answer. So, polynomial composed of two terms. First is poly, which means many. And the second one is nominal, which means terms. Polynomial defined as an expression which composed of constant, variables, and exponents. What are examples of constant? Yes, Alexander. Very good. Example of constants are 1, 2, 3, and etc. How about variables? Yes, Aldrin. Very good. Examples of variables are J, H, X, Y, Z, and etc. How about exponents? Yes, Genevieve. Very good. Examples of exponents are 5, 2, 1, and so on and so forth. And now, let's talk about the different types of polynomial. Who among to all of you knows the different type of polynomials? I think you're familiar with that. Yes, Allen. Very good. How about you, Alejandro? Very good. Yes, Bernabe. Very good. I think this class is very familiar with the different type of polynomials. So, polynomial has different three types. First, we have monomial. Second, we have binomial. And the third one, which is trinomial. To make this class more participative, may I request someone who can define to me what monomial is? Yes, Aldrin. Very good. Monomial is type of polynomial who has one term. Who can give me an example of monomial? Yes, Kresha? Very good. 6x is an example of monomial. How about the other? Yes, Genevieve. Very good. 3x squared is a monomial. Now, let's go to the second type of polynomial, which is binomial. Who can define to me what binomial is? Yes, Diana. Very good. Binomial is type of polynomial who has two terms. Who can give me an example of binomial? Yes, Lorraine? Very good. 3x plus 6 is an example of binomial. How about you, Fatima? Very good. 3x plus 7 is also an example of binomial. Now let's go to the third type of polynomial, which is the trinomial. Who can define to me what trinomial is? Yes, John Ray. Very good. Trinomial is type of polynomial who has exactly 3 terms. Who can give me an example of trinomial? Yes, Bea. Very good. 3x squared plus 4x minus 3 is an example of trinomial. Before we go further with our lesson, let's make this class more exciting. We have our activity number 1. Are you go with that? Good to hear. We have our team quiz. I think every one of you are happy. So the purpose of this activity is to test the length of your learning regarding polynomials. This also aims to prepare your mind to proceed for the next lesson. The class will be divided into 10 teams, and each team composed of 5 students. Are you good with that? Very good. There will be 3 rounds. The easy round, the average round, and the difficult round. And each round has its corresponding scores. And at the end of the activity, you are expected to be ready for the next lesson. Are you good with that, students? Good to hear that. I think Almera is very excited. I saw happiness in your face. So now, I have here my list about the groupings. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the activity. I think every one of you are doing great with our activity. Yes, of course. So, what can you say about the activity? Yes, Alexander. Good to hear that. Is it easy to identify different types of polynomials? Good to hear that. Where do you find the activity hard to do? Now, I am giving you the time to reflect on those questions and write your answers in your paper so that I, as your teacher, will read your answers with those questions. And now, let's go to our proper lesson, which is how can we multiply binomial by the use of FOIL method? Yes, you are correct with what you hear. FOIL method. Are you familiar with FOIL method? Very good. So, FOIL method is karaniwang natin itong ginagamit when we are going to multiply the different types of polynomials. For example, how we are going to multiply monomial to binomial, binomial to trinomial, trinomial to trinomial, binomial to binomial, monomial to monomial, and so on and so forth. But today, we are going to focus on how to multiply binomial by the use of FOIL method. Who can tell me what FOIL method is? Yes, Karen. Very good. So FOIL method lets us multiply binomial or 2 terms in particular order. And FOIL method has its meaning. Am I right? Louder. I am right? Very good. So, FOIL stands for first F. What F stands for? Very good. F stands for first. First term. The second one is O. What O stands for? Very good. O stands for outer term. The third one, the letter I. Very good. I stands for inner. And the last one, letter L. What letter L stands for? Very good. L stands for last. So, let's repeat what FOIL method stands for. First, F stands for first. O stands for outer. I stands for inner. And L stands for last. That is FOIL. Now, I am going to give you an example of binomial and how we are going to apply FOIL method. And of course, I am going to tell to all of you what are the steps we are going to consider in order to get the product. So I have here our example number 1, which is 2x plus 3 multiplied by 3x minus 1. So first step, we are going to multiply what? Yes, we are going to multiply the first term. So what is our first term? That is 2x and 3x. So 2x times 3x equals to, very good, 6x squared. The next step, we are going to, very good, multiply the outer term. So 2x times negative 1, which is negative 2x. And the third step, we are going to multiply our inner term. Very good. So that is 3 times 3x, which is equals to, very good, 9x. And the last step we are going to apply is, of course, to multiply our last term, which is 3 times negative 1, which is negative 3. So, after we do those steps, we are going to combine like terms. So, ano nga ba yung like terms dito sa sagot natin? Very good. So, our like term here is negative 2x and 9x. So, negative 2x plus 9x equals to, very good, 7x. So, if we apply the last step, which is combine the like terms, our final answer would be 6x squared plus 7x minus 3. Very good. So, gets nyo na yung lesson? Oh, di ba? First example pa lang, pero I know every one of you are very familiar with this. So, ayan, nakikita ko naman na you are very eager to learn. So, let's proceed to the next example, which is problem solving. Word problem po. So, there are times na makaka-encounter talaga tayo ng mga word problem, most especially in our real life. So, paano nga ba natin gagamitin yung FOIL method? So, I have here my example. And now, let's have our word problem example. So, the question is, Junel buy a fish with a price of 2x plus 6. How much he pays if he buys 3x plus 2 kilos? Once again, the question is, Junel buy a fish with a price of 2x plus 6. How much he pays if he buys 3x plus 2 kilos? Now we are going to apply the process of FOIL method in multiplying binomials. The first step, we are going to multiply the first term. What is our first term? Yes, Junella? Very good. 2x times 3x, which equals to, yes, Aldrin? 6x squared. Very good. Now we have our outer term, which is, yes, Angel? Very good. 2x times 2, which equals to, Christine? 4x, very good. And for our inner term, we have, very good, Lorraine. We have 6 times 3x, which equals to, yes, Jane, 18x. And for our last term, we have, yes, Ronald, 6 times 2, which equals to, yes, Almera, 12. Very good. And for the next step, very good, combine like terms. So what is our final answer? Who can tell me our final answer? Yes, Beverly. Very good. So our final answer would be 6x squared plus 22x plus 12. So kung bibili siya ng fish na ang price ay yung price ganon, ganito ang mababayaran niya. So that would be our example for word problem. Gets niyo na ba? Very good, napaka-active talaga ng klase na ito. Talagang alam na alam ko na ang dali nyo talagang makaget sa lesson ko. And I am very thankful for that. And at this point, class, before we end our lesson, of course, I am going to give you a activity na lahat talaga kayo ay makapag-participate. Since we have enough time, I am going to give you 3 number problem and of course another word problem, and you are going to choose 1 number problem and 1 word problem, and you are going to solve it independently. So kailangan malaman nyo talaga yung sagot na yung kayo talaga ang kumuha. And after that, I am giving a chance to each and every one of you to present your output here in the class. For example, we have Alexander. You're going to explain your answer together with the process of using FOIL method. And since we have only 6 problems, I am going also to choose 6 students na nag-choose ng bawat isa. Okay? Very good. At least naiintindihan nyo. So, may mga tanong pa po ba kayo? So, kung wala na, I am giving you the time to do the activity, and afterwards, you are going to present it on the class, and I am going to grade each and every one of you, and you are going to pass your papers to me. The timer starts now. I think it's already time. So, everyone, I am very grateful and I am very thankful for having you today. And I am very grateful na napaka-participative ng bawat isa sa inyo at talagang hindi nyo ako dinisappoint na mag-recite talaga kayo sa mga lesson ko today. And I am looking forward for that kind of participation for the next lesson of our class. But today, we are going to dismiss. We are going to bulag-bulag with each other since I have my class also sa kabilang section. So, I think that would end our lesson for today. I hope marami kayong nalalaman about what we are going to do, what learnings we can get from polynomials, and how are we going to apply FOIL method in distributing, in multiplying binomials. So far, wala na ba kayong mga tanong? Very good. So, kung wala na, this ends our lesson for today. Goodbye, class. See you next week. Thank you.